I'll stop myself from making any comments that would be.
5, 4, 3, 2, and you should be live. Although there's an ad before next.
There's an ad. Okay, that's right. Anyways, hey guys, welcome to my studio. I am Daniel Norton, photographer here in New York with Shary Allan. And today we're going to talk about some of the go-to, as I call it, setups when you're doing portraits. So, you know, every time that you're going to make a portrait, you want to kind of analyze and look at who you're photographing and figure out how you're going to light them differently or whatever. But sometimes you're either doing a lot of people, so you just need to make it simple, or you don't really have an idea right away. So I'm just going to kind of go over some of the kind of standard setups, and we'll walk through them and we'll make some fun shots. So, as I said, Sharina's here. I have my Nikon here on the tripod. This is a Nikon Z6. I got the 2470 on here. And I'm tethered, you can see this cable coming out, I'm tethered to my MacBook over here to capture one, so we can see the images as we're producing them, and then we can make adjustments as we go. This is a very nice technique when you're making portraits because it allows the person to kind of see what they're getting without, you know, the whole camera in their face thing, which of course is even more difficult now. You have to like see, are your arms long enough that you can reach the 6 feet, you know, to get, you gotta put a selfie stick on. Yeah, selfie sticks so you can reach the camera over, you know. So this is a good, because I can see it from a distance. Also, this is Capture One, and we're not going to use it today, but another thing you can do is there's something called Capture Pilot in it, where you can take an iPad or a phone and have the viewer be able to look at the images that way. Sometimes I'll just have the person bring their own phone and they'll do that. Anyways, let's start off with one light and let's just kind of get into it. So this right here is a 2 foot by 3 foot softbox. If you ask me, Daniel, because that's my name, so they always start off that way. Daniel, yeah. Actually, a lot of times I just go, hey you. But if you ask me what my name, Daniel, what size softbox should I get? Because that's the thing, right? There's a million different size softboxes you can get. What size should I get? If you're just starting or you're just gonna have one softbox, I think this is generally a good size to have. 2 foot by 3 foot is going to be a relatively large size, but not so big that it gets kind of unwieldy in small spaces, and won't eat up too much light, so you can use it with a lot of different powered lights. What you want with a softbox generally is for it to be soft. Right, that's in the name, soft. Oh, right. So you want it to be large, right? The softer a light is, the larger a light is, the softer it is. Larger relative to your subject. If I'm making a portrait, 2 by 3 is, you know, about as big, if not a little bit bigger than most people's kind of torso / head area. So this is a good size, and we're going to move the light in as close as we can get it without it being in the shot. That will make it physically larger compared to our subject, right? If I have a 2 by 3 softbox, but I put it, you know, down the block, it's not going to be big, right? It's going to be tiny compared to Shrina. So this is about as close as I can get it without getting it in the shot the way I have it framed up. I've got it kind of slightly to the front on a 45. This is a Profoto B1x. It's set in TTL, which means through the lens. So it's going to meter through using the camera's meter. But before we do that, I'm going to turn off my flash. So we're in a daylight studio. You might be wherever, right? If you are going to shoot controlled portraits like we're going to talk about doing today, you want to make sure that none of the light in your space is really going to affect your shot, right? You want to make sure that when you're shooting, it's only your flash that's working, you know, to create the image. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set my camera at its lowest normal ISO, so within the normal range, so 100 in the case of this camera. The fastest shutter speed for a sync, or in this case I do almost the fastest. I do 1/160th of a second. Some cameras are 250, some are 1/125. It depends on your camera. And the final thing is your aperture. You're going to basically just set that based on the room, right? The brighter it is in the room, the more closed down you're going to need to be. This is a mirrorless camera, and I'm looking through at the exposure I can see on the back. It looks pretty dark at f8, so I think we'll just start there, and I'm just going to look through and make a photo of Sharina. Let's put the focus spot on her. We'll make a shot. And fantastic. I don't know why I didn't take a picture. Because we're live. We shot about 50 pictures before we started. As soon as we go live, it doesn't take a picture. Yeah, she's messing with me here. All right, I'm just going to go like this. Let's quickly change something here. There we go. All right, so now we've got a dark frame. I'm going to come over here to Capture One and just kind of look at what we've got. So We can see that it looks dark to our eye. If I grab my exposure slider, much like you might do, you can look at your histogram over here too, much like you might do in like Photoshop or whatever, I'm just gonna grab the exposure slider and drag it over till I start to see her, around there. A little bit less than 2 stops underexposed. That's not ideal. I usually like to be more than 2 stops, but I think it'll be fine. It's gonna get darker as we go. And also the daylight in the space is the same color in theory as the flash, so it shouldn't blend in fine. So we will leave it at f8 right now. I should point out to those of you that like to shoot really wide open all the time, and you might be thinking, well, Daniel, I don't want to shoot at f8 because, I spent a lot of money on an f2.8 lens. Well, if you're shooting against a plain background, it doesn't really matter in this case whether it's in focus or not. So f8 is fine, gives us space around our subject. All right, so I'm gonna fire up the flash. Again, this is just a single light right now, and we're just gonna get a base exposure. So exterior is gonna kind of work she's gonna work it. Good, that's right, good. Double tap there. There we go. All right. All right, nice, right? Not terrible. She looks great. It looks a little dark for my personal taste. I might give you a little bit of more exposure. But I don't want to blow out that white either. Nice and sharp. It shapes her well. We have a little bit of light on the background because the light's traveling past her, but the background, of course, is darker than it looks to your eye here because the light's closer to her than it is the background. That's the inverse square law, right? So what I'm going to do here actually is the light is actually a little bit low. Did I just say actually twice in the same sentence?
Yep, you did.
That's weird, okay. It's a little low, and I think that's my problem, right? She's a little bit, like a little darker than normal. Not that dark, but the shirt's good. If I bring the power of the flash up, it's going to overexpose the shirt. So I'm just going to raise my light a little bit. Raise it, do a little tip. Okay. Good like that. Let's just, I'm not changing anything TTL-wise. What's that?
There were no masks, so we're staying 6 feet apart.
Right, exactly. So, right, we're kind of blocked out here, so we're staying apart, guys. So if you are going to shoot, like especially in a closed-in space, make sure you give yourself some distance. If I have to get close to Shary and I've got the full face gear. We can.
Face shield and everything.
Exactly. You should have seen it. All right, so we've got a much better exposure now. We can see that it's even. She looks good. The shirt's not blown out, right? Because even though it's a bit brighter on her face, because I just changed the angle of the light. That looks pretty good. But I wouldn't generally walk in and typically do single light shots unless you watched last week. Was it last week? 2 weeks ago, a video where it was all in single light photography. We already did that one. So let's add more lights. We want to do more of a classic portrait. I'm going to do like a 3-point lighting. So I'm going to add a separation light. So there's a couple different ways we can do this. We can either have it come from the same side as our key light. So let's say we were trying to make it feel like the light was coming from the windows. We might do that, so all the light's coming from one direction. Of course, nobody can see the windows in these shots, so I don't care about that. So instead, I'm going to put it on the opposite side to set some balance. So I'm going to go around here and get it, circling around. So this is a Profoto B2. It is fitted with a 1x3 softbox or strip bank. Fire this up. Again, I'm using TTL. This one is going to be in my C group. Let's see, I want to do like this, I think. I am shooting a horizontal shot, so I need to make sure I give myself enough space out here, so it's not in the photo. Again, usually as close as you can without getting it in the shot. Yes. That looks pretty good. Do a little. That looks pretty good. All right. I'm going to just leave everything the way it is and just take a picture and see what happens. We're relying on the whims of TTL. Oh, look at you, whims of TTL. Not bad. So we can see, I might change the angle a little bit because I'm not sure I want it to hit her face like this. But the exposure looks pretty nice, right? It gives her that little shine on the shoulder, adds a little three-dimensionality to the whole dealio. All right, so in order to get it not so much on her face, well, there's 2 ways you can do that. I'll do it the easy way first, which is just maybe work a little bit more towards there, right? If she works that way, then that should help. Right, there you go. Problem solved. So I would say that this is the solution if you're photographing like a bunch of people and then somebody sits down and they got light on their face and nobody else did. Then you can just have them slightly turn. It comes down to like how their hair is designed, styled, and you know the shape of their face and everything. How much light they're going to get on them. That's pretty good though. That's pretty good. But it is all Shary. Honestly.
I've done so much just sitting here.
That's right. She's killing it. You know, we joke about that, but it is important that when you're working with somebody who's more experienced, they do understand the light, so it makes things seem a little easier. So we definitely like that. So I just turned it out a little bit so that way she can be more straight if she wants. And that should be good. Yeah, there we go. So even though the light's still hitting her, because I feathered it off, it's not so harsh. So we could do that if we like. I think I like you more a little bit this way though anyways. Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
So it's not like the first time we've all been the same name together since Cobra.
That is, it is the first time. Well, is it? We're not sure based on Shary's expression. Yes, no, it has been. She's like, ha ha, you're so funny.
It's like nothing's ever happened.
It is, and actually I think you may have been one of the last shoots we did before. So, yeah, there we go. That's 2 lights. This is kind of a classic like 2 light setup. You know, I often say that you get paid more if you use more lights. 2 is kind of a good place to be, I think. Like we do a lot of fun stuff with single light. I think it's great to learn and kind of stretch your imagination. And it's good when you're first starting because you probably only have 1 light to know you can still do stuff. But just that 1 extra light just adds a lot, right? It adds that 3-dimensionality. It reaches in. But we're going to add a 3rd light because, you know, more lights, more money. Now we can do it a bunch of different ways. We could do like a fill light from the front if we wanted to smooth out the front of her. In this case with Shary, I wouldn't do that because she has a really nice shape to her face and everything. We like that shadow. We like the depth, right? We don't want to make her flat. You know, we want to show depth and texture. She has good skin. You know, if you were photographing somebody who, let's say you wanted to kind of conceal skin maybe that wasn't ideal, let more wrinkles or whatever that you wanted to get rid of, you might want to add a fill light here to flatten that out, but I like the shadow. I think it works well. So what we'll do with our 3rd light is we'll put it on the background. We'll light the background.
Let's do it.
So for that, I'm going to actually use this. This is another, yeah, we'll put it on the side. This is another Profoto B2 head. You can do it a bunch of different ways. I think I'll use a grid because, you know, the grid's going to allow us to kind of feather the light nicely on the wall. But let's just start off without it so you'll see the difference. So I'm going to take this. I mean, if I just point it right at the wall, I'm not going to do that. Let's go a little lower with it. And out. And up like this. If you want to like look like a professional, it's important to make sure that like your light stand has some kind of funky configuration like this. You never want to just point the light at the wall. That just looks way too simple. Right? Like that's a lot of setup for like nothing. But people don't know that when they see it.
The whole video on C-stands.
What's that?
The whole video on C-stands. You're going to negate my video?
Right. Seth did a great video on C-stands. What did I do with my grids? There was the thing of grids, right? There it is. Yeah, Seth actually did do a great video on C-stands. You guys check that out. Was that on your channel?
Yeah.
Yeah, check that out on Seth's channel, Last Ex-Witness.
I was not the model for that.
There was no model.
There was an angry guy in a C-stand.
Angry guy with the C-stand. That sounds like a good.
Good excuse.
All right, I'm going to actually turn off A just for a second. I just want to see what happens. So that's the key light. Look this way.
You're not using the Octa.
I'm not using the Octa. Oh, yeah, there you go. Huh, perfect. Look at that. All right, I'm going to turn A on again.
The left is my side.
This is perfect. It's very like romance novel lighting. There we go. I don't know why it's romance novel lighting, but it is. Yeah, there we go. Oh, I got the. I'm using only 2 groups. I have the both backlights in the C group, mostly because it was already in C and I didn't feel like changing it. I didn't think it would matter, and I was right. I'm just moving this because it was in the shot. And I want to get it a little bit lower as well, and I might actually put a little color on it. We'll see. I don't want to get too advanced. It's only the first setup. Yeah, not too much. There you go. Good. Nice. Boom. There we go. I lowered it a little bit. You could put it directly behind her if you want, but I kind of like that it's off on one side. It helps balance out, right? We have the bare shoulder with the highlight here coming across, and then you've got the white top coming into the darkness. A lot of times people ask me that, like, where do you put the light in the background? It just depends on how you want to style it. You could do it anyway. I mean, you could put it right behind her if you wanted to. What's that? There's a 30 to 20 degree grid. 20? This is the widest one. Yeah, the grid is, you know, whichever one you're going to use, it just comes down to how far you are from the wall. Let me just make sure. Yeah, it's the widest one. It's a 20. I knew I wanted a bit of the wall, a decent amount of the wall covered with some vignette, so I started there. If I was just trying to catch like a little spot on the wall, then I'd use a tighter grid. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Should we add some color? I don't think so. I kind of like it monochromatic with just the warmth of your skin.
They said you need Fabio because you're bigger than
Right? It does, right? We need Fabio here.
I would love a Fabio.
Yeah, exactly. Fabio. All right, let's take one more because it's always good to take one more. Good. Nice. Good. Good. Yeah, there you go. Nice. Good. I was trying to make a beat there. Did you catch that? It was like beep, 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 beep. Yeah, you'll catch that on my new album when it drops. That's what you say, right? When it drops on the vinyl.
I'm gonna get my left side.
You want to get your other side?
My left side.
The good side, the money maker.
You're the one that told me.
I know I did, but you start looking that way. All right.
6 years ago.
Yeah, I did. So look this way. This is Trina's good side. We don't want to start off with the good side. We gotta.
True.
Yeah.
You see the difference?
Yeah. You're different. You're like you're a different person. Okay, so if we're gonna shoot her this way, what's gonna happen now is we're getting too much light on her face from that background light. I still love it on your shoulder though, so I'm actually gonna move it. This is probably gonna blow people's minds because I think most people would think you probably can't see me, so I'll stop talking. I'm actually gonna move it in. I know. You're thinking, hold on, don't want it on her? Yeah, because I think the hair will block it more if I put it in here. Let's just see if I'm right about that. It's actually in the edge of my shot, but we'll leave it for a second. Yeah, there we go. See how I did that? Now the hair is blocking most of it. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to swing this way. Yep.
There's a request for a gel on the background.
Of course there is. A gel on the background. Man, they're already getting there. We're not done yet. A chocolate gel. Oh, geez, I don't even know where that went. Exotic. Oh, yeah, that looks nice.
Still in the shot.
So I like this with the light hitting her. I just think it's a smidge bright. So what I'm going to do is just dial that down a bit. Okay, so here's where, well, I'm in manual. So what I'm going to do is, this is what, you know, there was a question earlier about how many groups I was using. If they were in separate groups, it would have been easy enough just to do it from the controller. But since these guys are both in the same group, if I do it from the controller, both lights will go down. And I really only want this one light to dial down. So I just did it manually. Plus, you know, I could use the exercise. There we go. There we go. That's nice. We got the mood. She's like, what is that mysterious thing?
Asking, why wouldn't you use a grid on that softbox?
Why wouldn't I use a grid on the softbox? Well, I don't have one. That's the first reason why I wouldn't use it. Yeah. I mean, I could. A grid would probably help. The thing about the grid, though, is that it's going to narrow the spread, but it only narrows it so much, you know? I don't know if it would narrow it enough to still get it on her shoulder and not get it on her face because they're so close together. The real thing is if I didn't want it there, which if it bothered me, what I would actually do is, oh, sorry. If it bothered me a lot, I would just move the light to the other side. Or have her move her hair like that, which totally worked as well. Yeah, that's beautiful. Awesome. I love it. I love it.
I love it.
Now the question is, should we move on? People are asking for chocolate gels. It's getting a little crazy.
So I think it's confusion.
Oh, all right.
They're asking what the rim's bouncing off of. It's just the feather. It's not bouncing off anything.
What's what bouncing off of? The rim?
The rim.
This?
Because it's pointing so far.
Oh yeah, this isn't bouncing off anything. It's just that when light comes out of I think people think that like this comes out like a laser, but in fact, it's got 120, 140 degree spread. So the light coming out of this thing is coming out like this. And you can see that because it's hitting her, right? I mean, you'd be surprised. In order to get this to not hit her, I'd have to put it way over here. So yeah, it's not coming off anything. And of course, a flag would be another way to keep it if you wanted to control it a little better. But I think we got it exactly where we wanted it.
Oh, yeah.
Always. Let me see if I have a chocolate gel. I don't know if I do or not. Let's see. What's that? Oh, no, I mean, I think I already have one cut because I just used it in the video. I just used it.
She's going through the photos while I'm live.
What's she doing? Checking out the photos.
Model, that's the model.
She's running over.
That's how you know an experienced model. When she knows this exactly, it's going to take too long to get back.
Yeah. She's like, all right, there's enough time to get there and back before he sees it. Yeah, she's fixing her hair. That's what's actually happened. Don't worry.
No, we need you on stream. We're losing viewers. No.
What happened to the girl? All right. All right, I'm just putting a gel on, guys. You know. Yep, and she's back. So this is the Profoto. Is there a new version of this? I haven't seen it yet. For the gel holder? There's like. Yeah, Profoto just came out with a whole bunch of new accessories for this. Did they give any to me? No, they did not. For shame, they didn't give me anything. God forbid Daniel should have to pay for it.
They gave it to the ladies. Vanessa and Lindsay got it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. See, I wouldn't care except for they gave it to other people. No, I'll probably.
Give them to you.
Thank you. That's how we do it.
That's why.
That's why, because I dropped stuff. They'll never get it back. And that's the reason why.
You're one of a kind.
Thanks.
It's in the ground worse.
Thanks, my mom thinks. All right, so we're going to put the chocolate gel in the background. You know. Also, during this whole thing, I'm putting it on the wrong light.
They're saying go yell at Cliff.
Go yell at Cliff? Yeah, no doubt, right?
Our audience knows way too much.
They know that? That's amazing.
I had him on
Y'all are
live.
good.
Yeah.
Wait, what camera's on?
That one.
Y'all are good.
You know what it is that Cliff, you remember Cliff, Shary Allan.
Cliff gave me, and when I say a headache, I actually mean for real. He made me hair flip
Yep.
for 35 times.
Yep.
That's right.
The whole day.
The Joe McNally
Yeah.
Workshop, yeah, because of my hair.
He was like, look at your hair. Flip it. Flip it good. All right, this is, with the chocolate gel.
I was caught.
It's not good, is it? No, it looks terrible.
The ratios are all out of whack.
But it's not even, it's that, yes.
I can't give my good face if it's bad.
Well, I'm sorry, yeah, let's do the good face. That way we're sure that it's the light. Okay. No, the reason why this doesn't work as well for me anyways is because it makes the whole thing too, like, remember I said earlier, it's kind of monotone except for the warmth of her skin. But now it's like warm skin and warm background. So it's not really giving me the look that I like, but let me crank it up to get the ratios back where they were, because maybe it'll be better if it's brighter. Yeah, still no. What that looks like is one of those like masterpiece high school backgrounds. I mean, it works for some stuff. I like it.
Is this my senior shot? I
Yeah.
hope it is. 'Cause
This is
mine is-
this is my dessert.
I should wear this.
Too much
What's that?
Too much of the key.
Too much of the key hitting it. Yeah, I mean, I guess so. What do you want it to go black?
Well, if you want to isolate the chocolate, we chocolate.
There you go. That's more chocolatey for you. It's a smidge overexposed. I just think now it's getting muddy, and I don't think it really works for what I'm going for. It's fine. Yeah, I mean, you know, to each their own. It's just not mine. So maybe we'll use a chocolate gel for something else, but it's a gel I love, but it's not something that always works. All right, that's setup number one, I think.
Vote to match the gel in the background to her blue eyeshadow.
Yeah, that would be the way to do it.
Ooh, people are noticing the details.
Yeah. That's right. It's a good thing they noticed that. The deets. We could do that. Actually, if we had one of those Westcott lights, we could actually do the color sampling, right?
You have a blue?
Actually, we could do that with the Savage light too, I think. It's the software that does it, not the light. That's a color sampling thing where it picks the color.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's a phone app.
Yeah, it's a phone app that does it, right? I don't know if I have a blue gel that would match that, to be honest with you. So let's move on. Yeah, I could do a lot of things. There are many things that Daniel could. There's many things Daniel could do. Those are not going to be. All right, so that's set up. I hate ending on like a not so good one. So let me go back as the screen's lingering on a less than ideal.
I got you.
Okay, you put me on a better one. How would you do that?
Make it black or white or something.
Oh, make it black and white. That always saves you.
Make it romantic.
I actually, my favorite one so far has the damn light in it.
You always do
Oh,
that.
yeah, I know. I
Your
always love
favorite one is always the one with the lights.
with the light in it. Yeah. What does that tell you? Okay, so let's get this light out of here. Let's go to setup number 2. That's pretty good, right? We did one setup. That seems like a fair setup, I think.
Give the people what they want, Daniel.
We gotta do. Well, we'll get the blue background going, but we'll do it on the next setup.
Okay.
So the next setup we're gonna do is we'll use the octagon, and we'll do more of like a butterfly. 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 Okay, so for this setup, we're going to go with kind of what's considered or called a butterfly light, which is when you put the light kind of over center of the model. Actually, could you step up and go to the back?
So how they call it papillon.
I know, all by yourself. I just don't want to drop the light on you. Yet, we're still early in the stream for a light drop. I will drop one eventually.
Go with her concussion. What do I want today?
Right. I know, I need a sandbag.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have to do it for it.
No, I got it. This is, it's the classic thing where you just do something wrong so that somebody who knows what they're doing comes in and does it for you.
Start colossal again, so they can't even see.
Well, they can see you all right. There's one cam that just follows you, the Shary cam.
You know what? That should be my life.
That should be. I think you get sick of it really quick, to be honest with you. All right, try that. Have a seat there. So this is oftentimes how I'll light with like a beauty dish. Actually, to be honest, this is how I always light. Light in the center is my favorite way, generally, to light female subjects. It makes light, nice, even light across the face, across the grill, as they always say. So I'm just going to turn on that light, which is in my B group. I'm going to put it in TTL, and we'll do the same thing. We'll just take a base exposure, see what it does. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Drama. It's very dramatic.
This is like on the next episode of The Kardashians.
Exactly. All right. I am going to actually come a little bit like this. Good. So what's nice about this being in the center is she does have freedom to move back and forth, and we can actually shape it however we want. Here, we'll go blue for this one. Let's get a blue gel. I know they're waiting for it. No.
You want blue?
Not yet, not yet. Oh, no, Seth says no.
No?
Nope. Seth said no.
Clean, then you mess with it.
No, because you know it's the end when we put the blue gel on there.
You said everything, the gels are always at the end.
Yep, exactly. For this, I'm going to do a hair light using the strip. because I don't think I've done that in a long time.
So they're asking when you use this as a key light in this position, how do you make sure the light is equal all over instead of getting a hot spot from her face or her torso?
Okay, so when we're setting up like this, let me just put this on here. That's the one full of rocks. It's full of rocks. You don't want to use that sand from Coney Island. Sorry, that's someday. No, Paul's been on my channel. So if you guys have watched Paul on my channel, you'll get my impersonation, which is not very good. How do you make it even? Well, part of it has to do with distance, right? The distance to your subject, the closer it is. I said you want to get your light in as close as possible, but the closer the light is to the subject, the quicker the fall off will be, which means you'll get pockets of unevenness. So you want to back it up a bit, and you'll get more even light that way. And it just comes down to kind of coming across at an angle. Also thinking about where the center of the light is going to be hottest in the center, right? Even though lights, they say that the more diffuse the light is, it'll be more, the whole thing will be even, but really the absolute center is always going to be a little bit hotter. So you want to make sure that you're kind of pointing that on in this case I'm pointing at her face, which is darker than the white shirt, so that it blends. I mean, in fact, this is actually hot, right? This is hotter on her forehead and stuff than it is on her shoulders. It's just acceptably hot. What's that?
I didn't switch fast enough.
Oh, okay, sorry. Yeah, so it is actually a little bit hotter here on her face than it is like on her shoulders. But it's acceptably hot. You are acceptably.
That's our post-pandemic, Daniel.
Yeah, right.
Pre-pandemic, he's like, your face is round.
Right. Well, I mean.
What is it?
I mean, it is for this.
It's a fact. Forget it.
All right. So we're going to put our light here, above. This is a classic overhead strip hair light technique, invented in 1967 when they first invented the strip bank. That looks pretty good. What do you think? Can you see that? Is that? Did I totally put it so it's blocked? I do that.
Hang on.
I can move the camera.
Do a quick like.
A pan?
They look like they're on top of each other.
How's that? You can see it now, right?
Yeah, it's just. I would basically verbally say how far she is in
Okay.
between each modifier because it looks.
All right, so let's make sure it looks good before I give you any, because I'm sure that if it looks good, then people are going to want to know, and if it looks terrible, they won't want to know. All right, that's not bad. Okay, so this light is, stick out, reach your arm out. What is it, like 3 feet away from you? 3.5 feet, right?
That looks really wrong. Sorry.
No, that's pretty good, right? About 3.5 feet away, kind of in front of her, slightly above. This one is maybe 1.5 feet, 2 foot behind her, and about 2 feet above the top of her head. I think it's too far back because what's happening is it's hitting the top of her head, but not her shoulders. So I'm going to actually lower it slightly and then move it in. Because I want to get her shoulders with it. I mean, I could point it more at her, but I like this better. If you do it this way, it kind of feathers across. If you point it at her, it can cause too much wraparound, I think. For my taste, anyways. Daniel doesn't want that much wraparound. There we go. Yeah, there we go. So we've got this, like, remember your right? We have this subtle kind of light coming across the back, making our shoulders separate. We can actually crank that too if we want. Like that light is there, that's a C light. Let's crank it a little bit. So that was just barely kissing. Now it's gonna come in like a blaze. Oh, well, maybe not a blaze. It's gonna come in. All right, let's see. Yeah, it's definitely coming in. All right, I'm gonna turn the B light off for a second, just so we can really see what this thing's doing. Because I think it just, yeah, so it's there. So what I'm going to do, what's that? It's darkness.
My confession on
Yes. And then the gangsters.
and it
All
was
right.
like off the shoulder. They're like, why is she dressed up for this?
All right, so we're turning B back on. All right, so let's do both of them and let's just see it again. Because now I just wanted to make sure you guys could see where the light's actually falling. See how it comes in? Now, if we want it to be brighter, although I think it's pretty subtle. I like it. I do think though that unless she's gonna work her chin up, which I don't necessarily want to do, we're gonna need fill. So, I don't know, Brooklyn reflector? Yeah.
Moved it twice.
I know.
It's right there, left.
Yeah. All right, so this is a ooh, it's silver side. This is a reflector built, these are the new edition, built in Manhattan. You can actually watch a video of Seth building this. There we go. That is true. Yeah, there it is. Boom. It makes the model much more intense. They're like, yeah, I got a reflector. All right, here we go. That's good. What's nice about this is it's such a big light source, and I only need a little bit of fill. So, yeah, she can just easily hold it, and it's not really a big deal. Typically, you want to get your fill super close. Actually, let's use a stand, though, and do it all proper. We'll use a baby stand. I know, just like a pro. Nothing like using a $200 stand to hold a $5 piece of board. Oh, yeah. Womp, womp. Okay, that's not.
Sharon Stone wearing a Gap shirt with an expensive skirt.
No. What makes this work better is to take an additional $40 piece.
No, man, just lay it across the arm.
Oh, yeah, no, I know, but then I can do that, I suppose. Fine. I want to use more stuff. Seth and his more economical setup.
7 is right answers.
Not all
God.
like you, so this one broke a little bit.
And 6 feet. Don't turn around.
Yeah, get away from me. All right, thank you. Sorry. I crossed. I crossed the street. There we go. Nice. All right, so we got fill. We got back.
This is
It is clean, but I want that light in the back to be brighter.
I'm here talking to myself. So there's like, what?
All right.
Eh? Whatever.
So they're asking if your camera is nose height.
A little bit over nose height, I think. Is that a thing? Huh. Something's not jiving for me. What is it? You moved forward slightly, I think.
Me?
Yep. Okay. Yeah, that's good. You can do that. So she's going to do that. I'm going to adjust the lights because I actually like that. Yeah, you can lean in like that. Oh.
Cool beans. Not Goya beans, just beans.
Yeah. Boston baked. Okay. See, so now that she's closer to the light, now I do have to be a little bit more wary about the angle and such. Good. All right, going back to TTL. That's pretty. All right, let's see what that looks like. Yeah, there we go. That's pretty nice. I think we need a little bit more chin, or if you're going to do that, I'll come lower with the light again. I'm skirting the edge of this here. Oh, no, it's still there. Good. Good, good, good. Wow. TTL is not loving me right now. All right. Yeah.
Maybe I shouldn't lean so forward.
No, you're totally good. You stay where you are. We'll do something different. So you could just sit here and mess around with it, or I could use a light meter. So this is a Sekonic 308 XU light meter. I'm going to put it into flash mode. I'm going to put my shutter speed in. And then I'm going to come over here. Actually, I'm going to have you step out because I'm going to have to stand where you are. I mean, this is actually one of the advantages to a meter is that I can actually meter it without the subject there. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Yep, the meter's reading.
You're asking if you think we're white shirt because we're on the TTL.
Yeah, possibly. Could be the what? Yeah, I'm just answering that. Yeah, I mean, it could be a combination of her shirt, you know, the way it's framed. There's a lot of things that can throw it off. 2 lights in the shot. Backlight, exactly. All right. I'm just figuring out the first light first, and then I'll deal with the background light in a second. All right, so that should be close. I'm kind of doing a little bit of a guesstimate here. I'm giving it a little more light than the meter says because I want it to be hot. Yeah, that's good. It might be a little too bright. Okay, so I guess I should have listened to the meter. All right, let's try that. So I'm in manual now, guys, and I've switched now because it's just going to be easier for me. Yeah, there we go. To tweak it that way. Yeah, that's nice. That's good. Now I turned up that front light about 1.5 stops. So I'm now going to take my backlight and do the same. Good, we should be fine. I mean, it's not great, but you only need 5. I would quit the sling.
I got data.
Oh. It's funny because when I was doing it myself, I had a couple times where it went bad, and then every other time was excellent. It was like it just dropped for a second for whatever reason.
So people have it back. Yeah.
We're back?
You're up.
Okay, we're back. Sharee's on the union break. All right, so I think what we got here, sorry guys, a little internet hiccup there. We're adjusting and shifting and doing stuff that we like. So because of the angle of the light, this is actually something that was asked, right? We're gonna get more favorable light whenever her chin's up because the light will be more even across her face. The more her chin is down, the more shadow I pull my glass off. The more shadow her eyes and also her nose and her lips will throw down onto her face. So that's a bit more favorable if we're okay with working it that way. So let's work a couple like that. Like move the chin up a bit. Yeah, exactly. This is why you see a lot of beauty stuff with the chin up because it's just the easier way to kind of like project it up like. Yeah, she's like elegant. There we go. See that double tap there? Pop, 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 pop. One more. Now, let's say we love her chin down. Like I like that kind of romantic thing that she was doing with the chin down. And let's just see what that looks like. Yeah, like I love this, right? It's super soft, beautiful. And what we're going to get here, though, is it's going to end up being more shadowy, which isn't terrible. I mean, it's still a nice, soft light. But if we want to kind of eliminate that, what we can do is we can either really tilt our fill up more, so we can basically have a larger fill and put it like more here, or we can use an active fill, like the softbox. So let's bring the softbox in. Let's just add a little. So I'm not going to do clamshell because everybody does clamshell. I'm going to do Dan shell. I'm making up my own lighting right now.
Like Joey's apple.
Yeah. So we're basically just going to add some active fill from the front, like a maniac. All right. So, okay, this is about to get complicated, so everybody stand by. Right now we've been using the B and the C group and they look good and I have everything in manual. If I start messing around in TTL to get this exposure, then I might throw off the other ones. So I'm actually going to turn off the B and the C light, turn the A light on, which is this softbox, and I'm just going to put it in TTL for a second just to give myself a base exposure. Because this is not going to be an exacting thing. This is going to be like, where does Daniel want the light to be? Okay, that's actually pretty good. So let's turn it back to manual. Let's put everything else on. And let's see what that looks like. She's got her little pop album pose going, right? Okay, the whole thing's a smidge hot, I think, but see now, we can see how much more even this light is versus that. You see the difference there? Smooths the skin by having an active fill in the front. And I mean, depending on how many lights you have, you could actually put 2. I wish I had another softbox right here. Another softbox here would be pretty awesome. All right, so let's work a couple like this. What's up? Uh-oh.
said they should call it Dan Shell. It's a trademark.
Yeah, I'm going to. You'll see me at the next trade show. I'll be like, Shaboosh!
It's the Dan Shell.
Cha-cha-cha. I need like a good shout phrase.
Just so you know, really heavy delay.
Always on a heavy delay. My life is on heavy delay. But this is like a clean kind of Hollywood fun, you know. Yeah. You know, when Shary's in the movie and she's playing a teenager. You know.
Kids too.
Right.
I mean, tremendous.
All right, good. There we go. That's pretty, just like that. Hold. One more, 2, 3. Boom. Pretty. That's a smirk. Are you done shooting there, Daniel? Yeah. So this is nice and soft and even, kind of, you know, using a large light source, but then filling in again with a large light source from this angle here. And then of course we've got just the kiss of a separation light. So it feels nice and even. I'm gonna fire that C light up a little bit more. That's my separation light. Let's throw an extra stop at that bad boy. Because she's leaned forward more now, so I want to make sure enough of that's kicking. Yeah, there we go. I think we're good. What it comes down to, all this ends up being tweaks, right? Feels kind of natural. And one more. Good. Nice. Good. Good. Yeah, just like that. Good. There's probably people watching which probably teach more, but I'm enjoying myself, so. Does your light make that same beeping sound? It sounds different to me for some reason. Oh, that's nice. It's very moody. You're like, oh, I don't know what to do. Oh, the B2 has a different beep than the, don't hate me because I'm beautiful.
I was born like this. I woke up like this. I didn't. I
All
really
right.
didn't.
Last one, moody and soft. Beautiful. Boom, that's it. And then we go home, right? Easy as that. So yeah, so this is another setup. Let's see, let's go to our first kind of more traditional setup. When did we do that? Well, we shot a lot in that setup. All right, so,
Where's the blue gel?
right? We've got kind of more traditional, a little punchier, right? Some background. Then we have this like angel soft, beautiful, you know, oh. I describe all angel soft. Well, isn't that toilet paper or something? Hey, listen, during this time, you know, in the world, angel soft is very valuable. That's a good, compliments are going to be based on toilet paper brands because of their worth. You don't call people gold anymore, you call them TP. All right. Yeah, I like it. I like it. You like it?
I haven't approved it yet.
She hasn't approved it. Go approve it. She's approving. Hold on.
Approving.
She's going to approve that. She's thinking about it. Oh,
Okay. Okay.
it's all right.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's cool.
She's saying,
Okay.
you didn't delete. She's like, delete, delete, delete.
That's okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. It's cool.
All right. She's satisfied.
But a little bit
It's
satisfied.
adequate. Yeah. So again, you know, this earlier setup is a good kind of traditional setup in a sense. You've got like a little bit of shadow on the face, shaping it. You got your background lit up. You can do it however you want, gels. You can do circles of light, whatever. And then the second one's more of kind of like a soft portrait. It's basically a beauty light, but it's a much more kind of open beauty light. Something that you would use that's more universal. Because, you know, true beauty light is usually much punchier, you know, and showing a lot more detail. But this right here is great just to give it overall softness to the skin. Nice. Nice. I'm
You're
talking.
saying it like I'm just started doing this. Good job.
Pretend there's an audience there. I have to talk to the thing like this so that there's people there. You guys are there, right? You're watching.
You're supporting me.
Seth's like there's nobody watching.
It's like they all drop.
You actually have pretty high.
Ah, good. You guys are like, get off the stage. You don't know what you're doing.
All right, come on.
All right, let's do another one.
Where's
Something-
Moment Daniel? He'll know what to say.
Should we go dramatic? So we went kind of classic, then we went soft. Let's go dramatic, like punchy.
Where's the blue gel?
Oh, with the blue gel?
You gotta give the people what they want.
Not yet.
Just do it in pose.
I'll do it in post. Let me show you how to do it in post. All right. Oh, you know what we could do? Should I completely do something I wasn't planning?
Ooh, that's scary.
Nah. No, not yet.
You're like, the world isn't ready to see.
The world's not ready for that yet. I'm just moving this out of the way for it now. All right. Now we're gonna go. We're gonna go exactly where Seth knows I'm gonna go, which is where I always go at the end.
Let me guess.
That's right.
Do a light from the back.
We're gonna do a light from the back.
You know, I thought I crouched out a bunch of things, but you, sir, another level.
Let me do a Pop and Miller.
Oh, that's low, man.
This is a Chimera, extra small, shallow.
I'm feeling some tension here, and I'm 6 feet apart, so I don't know what's going on.
Get back.
It's not something you weren't planning on doing. You always do it.
This Chimera box was made in somebody's back sewing room in Colorado. No, really, they make them in people's house.
They're awesome.
They're the best. Yeah, but they do really well.
It's probably like the best company you're
Yeah.
gonna find in
Something good that came out of people's houses.
Yeah, so somewhere in Colorado, there was a person sewing that box made just for me. Seth's making fun of me, so I should do something different now.
I mean, if you call it, you might as well do it. It's been a while.
He's-
Gotta break that rust off, buddy.
He's hurting my delicate ego. All right.
It's something I wasn't planning on doing. Something I do every time.
No, I was going to do something different than I decided I wasn't going to. I would do something that I do all the
Why
time.
did you do what you want to do, Daniel?
There's a call for a Magnum reflector.
Oh, I do like a Magnum reflector.
What does that mean?
It's a pretty hard light.
Yeah.
You've been definitely shocked.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it like hits me like straight up like that, it looks good. If it's
Actually, I
shadowy,
think Mark Wallace nails you with an Inspire.
Yeah, Mark also likes the Magnum reflector. We have that in common. Oh, okay.
oh, I know. Okay, I know.
Just like a
Yep. Yep. I've been there, done that.
All right, we're going to start with one light. Maybe I'll use a Magnum reflector. We'll see. Actually, can you step up because I'm going to lower this.
Yep.
Man. See, last time I was smart and I used a roller stand. Now I'm like killing myself. Ugh. Yeah. That'll be fine. All right, so we're going to do something a little bit different. It's not going to be different at all. It's going to literally be the same thing. All right, I'm ready for you.
What's different?
This is going to be, as they call, short lighting. So you're going to look this way. And really extend. It's going to be like a silhouette almost. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, that's pretty good. Let's do the. You can use a monolive trying to aim it. I'm just going to throw it in TTL because, you know, that's the kind of wild life I live. Let's actually have you be almost completely sideways.
Like profile?
Yeah. We're going to go for drama. Some drama for your mama.
You love a good dramatic side.
I do.
It's definitely your style.
Yes, I'm all about the dramatic. Especially when they don't make my coffee correctly. Right there. Oh my God, that's so good. It's perfect. It's stunning. She raised that eyebrow, even though it's not in the shot. All right. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, you know what we'll do? Oh yeah, that's beautiful. Oh. Look at how it picks up the warmth of the skin, the beauty. So do that. What's that? What?
It's a warm box.
Yeah, it is a warm box. It's got really thick diffusion. Actually, you're good like the way you were. Yeah, there we go. And chin kind of, and actually take your the hair that's in the back away. Yeah, that way we get the full shape of your face. Yeah, that's it. Looking off like, oh. All right.
I really don't have to do that.
Yeah, you could probably be even more further off, I think. I kind of like this. I think I want you to be even more profile. Like,
More.
yeah. Let's really profile it to start with. We're going to do more than just this. Oh, that's really nice as well. There we go. Yeah. Oh yeah, there we go. So at this point, when you're doing this kind of light, it's good to kind of move the person around and get a feel for like what works, depending on the shape of their face and how the light hits it. Wow. Wow, your nose is like a really nice, like.
Yeah, it's like a.
Yeah, it's like a.
skateboard.
Yeah, that's quite a swoop. Yeah, that's beautiful. Oh no, totally was. Oh yeah, this is good. And now, because we all know that the way that you get paid in photography is by using more lights. I'll bring in a second light.
I need to start doing that in my Instagram.
Yep.
So I can get paid more.
That's right. More lights,
More lights.
more money. All right, this light I'm going to come over here and swoop it across. I'm doing something different, Seth. Never tried before today. That's A, right? Yep. All right, let's just see what that looks like. This is a beautiful, so big eyes straight ahead. Okay, all right, nice. Oh, wow. Wow, your hair looks like satin. Satin? Yeah, wow. Yeah. Cut that texture. Cutting and scratching. Cutting and scratching the texture. That's not terrible. That's not terrible.
Look at you breaking rust away. Look at you.
I feel like the boxes are definitely two different colors.
Well, that is
Yeah.
warm. That is
Yeah.
crazy. But it's all right on it.
Yeah. So this is something to keep in mind, guys, that when you're using, one reason to use modifiers from one company, let's say a reason to do that would be consistency. Like the Profoto boxes in theory should all be like the same amount. They're all going to adjust the color a little bit. They should all kind of do it the same, like from the OCF line. And then your Chimera boxes are all going to kind of adjust the color a little bit. This box is very, very heavily diffused. The more you diffuse light, generally the warmer it gets. But that's not always the case, but it's a general statement. I don't even think we need blue. It's almost too perfect. But just because I like to really mess it up and ruin the shot, I mean, do something cool, I'm gonna bring one more light in. We're gonna use every light because that's how we get paid. So if you remember back here, I have this bad boy.
I can't see anything.
You can't see it. This is a grid. And what I want to do is I want to give her just the hint of a tiny little bit of like a little bit of kind of halo. So get into your pose for a second so I can kind of aim this bad boy. Yeah, that should be good. This is one of those things where it's either going to be amazing or we'll pretend like we had problems with the stream again.
Isn't that life? It's like, is it gonna be amazing or is it gonna be bad?
Or it's going to be terrible. If that's not always the case, then you're just not doing it right. So the hair that's on your right-hand side, could you pull it back behind your chin? Yeah, over your shoulder, exactly, and then project a bit. Yeah, I think that should be good. Let me just take a peek. Oh yeah, that's gonna be something. I'm a little nervous that your shoulder might throw a shadow forward too much, but we'll try it. Oh no, it did not. In fact, oh wow, just so subtle.
You know what might be cool?
What's that?
Is if you just bounce that off the ceiling, let it wash all the way down.
Okay, I'll try that in a second.
You know what? Is that where you want the hot spot?
Yeah. Just try one thing first. I also remembered I have a chocolate gel on this for some reason.
Yeah, that would be kind of cool though. Just like
All right, we'll leave the chocolate gel on. So basically you want this to be a chocolately lit shot.
I don't know, it's got a little warm thing going on,
It does have a warm thing going on. Yeah, I'm gonna take it off though. I'm gonna remove the grid, mostly because it's only gonna eat light and not really do much else in this case. It's already at full power, I think, so.
Hey, Mark Wallace is in the chat.
Mark Wallace in the house. Hey, Mark. Yeah, you heard that Shary was going to be here. Mark's in Argentina, right? Is that true? Is it okay to say what Mark is, or is that like is a top secret? Okay. Okay. That is the most subtle warmth ever induced in the entire history of the world, and it's pretty awesome. It's like just.
Are you making fun of me, or is it?
No, I mean it's like it's beautiful. It's like so subtle. Let's make it a little less subtle. It's like 1 degree chocolate. It's like when you ask for a mocha and you get a coffee, but you can still taste the chocolate because you wanted a mocha.
Only a coffee lover would say that.
Yeah, there it is. Now I think the Chimera looks too hot because now it's getting a little. Well, the whole thing is starting to get almost like I don't want to say sepia, but I'm about to say sepia.
Mark says it's in Argentina and definitely only here for Shary.
Yes. Well, we know that.
Much love to my friend Marky Mark.
Shary can do an Argentinian accent.
I can't. That's a bad word. Yo soy de Argentina y soy cordobesa. Where's from?
Exactly.
I really wish I could play Argentina.
I'm a fan of Argentina, so I'm good.
Just me alone, people.
Mm-hmm. Oh, what am I doing?
He's in the shot. He's
Oh,
in the
is
shot.
my cord messy?
It's in the shot. You don't see it?
Yeah, but nobody cares about that.
It's probably gonna be the one you like too.
I don't worry about that stuff. Well, that's why I always end up with one in the shot that I hate. All right. Okay, I'm going to go here and one more change after Seth fixed that for me. Thank you, Seth.
Security.
I'm just going to crank that backlight a little bit to see. I like how subtle the chocolate is, but let's just see if we can get a little bit more. So I just went back. I went in manual and there it is.
Ooh, that's cool.
Yeah, now it's warm.
I mean, insane.
Yeah, the whole thing has this like swoop of swoopiness.
Do you think it's reflecting on the bounce board?
A bounce board. Look at that hair though. Man, that's a good angle for the hair. Still the stands in the shot.
It looks just like your hair, Daniel.
It does. My hair does look like that, except a little more gray. A little. I don't know if that was insulting. You saying take the bounce board
I
out?
don't want to take the same photo of you right now.
No, I'm taking the bounce board.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay.
All right, there we go. I need a new profile picture.
Yeah, with the hair back, but like.
All right, good.
Yeah.
So, is this good?
It's a little low, but.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey! Well done.
You guys.
There you go.
Over here.
Oh, that's actually a good shot. Well
You
done.
and I are starting a band.
Yeah.
2021. Okay.
Yep, there we are. We look good. I need a haircut. Okay, that's perfect. What did you say about the bounce board? Sorry, I got distracted. You saying take it out?
No, I'm not saying take it out. I'm just saying I think you're getting warmth on the skin from the chocolate bouncing off of it a little bit.
Oh, maybe. Let's go silver then. Step out.
Oh, set.
I'm gonna get like a glass screen next time. All right,
Face shield.
Face
for,
shield.
On camera.
on camera.
During this shot, that would be incredible. Okay.
All right. So I switched to silver because Seth has a theory, and I always listen to Seth's theories, that we might be getting extra warmth in the front. Oh, okay. Well, that is fascinating. I guess because the silver is more directional.
You know what's
Yeah.
happening is it's probably because it's a harder light. It's not that it's
Yeah.
losing it, it's just that it's overexposing past the saturation of the gel.
Yeah,
God damn science.
that is. And there you go, right? So there's something moody. Even works on me.
Something borrowed, something blue, something blue.
You should just let her shoot you the rest of this.
Yeah.
And then
Well,
we'll do the
I mean, I did.
little Daniel lift chin motion.
You do that.
Oh, where he thinks he's doing a symphony. Like,
Yes.
Come on, guys, you're making fun of me. That's yeah.
Moonlight Sonata.
I'm happy. I don't see anything here that we could add blue to, unfortunately.
Except blue.
I mean, I should have made selects as I was going so we could pull the ideal one, but we're just going to go through and kind of get an idea.
Let's swap that for a blue and bounce it and see what what it actually is doing, so it's not so subtle.
Oh yeah, there we go. That's a good idea, Seth. So I'm going to swap this chocolate for a blue gel, because then we can call this 4 setups. And
That matches direction, right?
besides, you know, charging 4, what's that?
Do you need blue?
I have blue. Yeah. Should we do, yeah, like a full blue? Actually, this is
Be like a theater.
just blue. This gel is called Just Blue.
Is your eyeliner just blue or like a teal?
Yeah, a little teal.
Oh, you want to match it to her eyeliner? Oh,
Yes, yeah.
Like
that's
this,
so much work.
like this, right?
Yeah, I think it is like that, actually. I'll do that one. Let me do this one first.
Brushing that hair. Brushing that hair.
First, I'm just going blue.
Look.
Yeah, I think it's definitely more, yeah, it's definitely teal.
Teal.
Well, it's probably a little bit less green than teal is, but it's,
Yeah, it's more bluish.
oh, and there's the blue background.
Blue in this house.
Just in case you thought the gel wasn't doing anything.
And a blue Corvette. And everything is blue for.
That does look pretty good. But now I feel like I should put a blue gel on that backlight to kind of make it go together.
And at some point you need to actually show the eyeliner.
There will be no showing of the eyeliner.
I
Oh,
can't say
crud.
it. I can't have a say in here.
Oh, crud.
Could you just take the picture sets for a second? I forgot to bring the gel thing over. I don't know if this is going to work. Just take a shot just to see what it looks like.
That's my Insta.
Oh,
Oh, that is, nope.
no, too much? Too much? Well, you're supposed to do the proper pose.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, she gave me the Comic-Con anime pose.
Yes.
No, it's way too green, though. I just wanted to see what the gel looked like. You know what?
Actually matches perfectly with
That actually is pretty good. Yeah, let's go teal. All right, we're going teal.
I'm going teal, y'all. We might never come back.
That's right. We usually go blue, but we're going teal. All right, any questions in general, or people are just like, they're completely lost at this point?
Well, you know, it's the Mark homecoming party in there right now.
Oh, awesome. Oh, Mark's there, so he can just answer all the questions.
Well, tell Mark to tell us how he likes the teal.
Yeah.
Likes the teal. Like the teal.
All right, so we're going to go teal.
This is my Elizabeth Taylor and Cleopatra look,
Oh, yeah.
so I think that's right.
But you got to, because the light's set up for that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I shall eventually shoot the front way, but I just want to.
Ooh,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
pretty cool.
There it is. So there we got that.
It's on gray, so
Yeah,
it's like this.
look at that. I wouldn't say it's a perfect match, but it's.
That's on.
Can you pop
For,
my
it's
face
hitting
more?
gray, that's why.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I know, and I like it. What's that?
I was wondering if you could pop that side more so you could see it. Like put more light on that side of your face.
Oh, could I do that? I do have another light.
Jeez. Like she's got a menu over here.
I know.
Actually.
I mean, there's a few ways that we could do that, and I think the way that I'm going to do it, because I'm lazy, and because I think we got that one, anyways, is I'm going to come this way with the light.
That's beautiful.
All right. So look right into the light, Carol Ann. So, of course, I'm in manual, which is going to be a problem. So, that is, I got to do it manually. All right, so we're going to have to use the light meter. Whew. Luckily, I was like, what did I do with that light meter? Here, it is in my pocket. I'm going to have you step out so I can meter again. Five, six, eight. Oh, actually, that seems right. I don't know why, but let's just see what happens. I have a feeling it's going to be a little hot, but we'll try it. No, actually, that's correct. Yeah, there it is. There it is. I think I like the drama better. So I think we can find a halfway spot, right?
Yeah.
Halfway spot is where we want to be. So I want to get a little bit. So another thing we could do is this. Yeah,
Literally halfway.
literally halfway.
Literally.
So, right, so depending on where we put this light relative to her face, it's going to change that shadow pattern. I want to get a little shadow on camera side, the left side of her face as it would be. There we go. But I want enough light to show the, I like it, however, I think that it's too flat, so I'm going to come up and I'm going to tip it down like that. Yeah. Because I kind of like, I mean, you know, getting that cheekbone really cut out, so I want to make sure we have enough light. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Yeah, see how that shapes the cheekbone? You see the difference here? And all I did, guys, was just, I haven't changed any power or anything. I just raised the light up and tilted it. And then, so we still have the even light across our makeup so we can see the whole thing, right?
And my chickenpox scar.
Yep, and we have the chickenpox scar, which is good. That's what we want. She asked me, she was like, could you get that scar, please? So, I mean, if you look, right, let's look at the progression here, right? We've got this kind of moody feel that I like, but maybe we weren't showing the makeup well enough. Then we got, oh, here's the makeup, right? And then we got, and now we've got a little bit more shape. So, you know, I still think I can kick it back a little bit and still get the makeup. And it's important to just kick the light when you do that. It's, you know, it's all about the angle. Chin up a smidge. Right there. Focusing. Good. Yeah, there we go. Now we got the shadow. Let me just make sure I have enough. I think we're back where we started. Okay, so I guess the compromise is here. I kicked it 3 times, so I'll kick it back. Kick it back 2.5.
It's like baking. It's gotta be more precise.
Yep. There we go. So now we have some variety. Depends on what you like. Probably as far as showing everything, I lean towards this one. I think that's the best compromise if we want to show the makeup. I kind of like the darker side closest to her, but that's my personal taste. And that's why everybody's different. But you can look.
Honestly, this is kind of what you put on a stamp,
On a stamp,
right?
yes.
This would be like my Queen Elizabeth stamp.
It is. Go look and see which one you like.
Totally.
Go ahead, you can look.
Oh.
She's going to look and judge me
You
now.
love me. Thank you, Sensei.
She's going to judge me now. Anything going on?
I don't like this one.
Seth on the Mighty Mix. That one?
I don't think I've dealt with the light shadow in this.
Is that the best one?
I like this one.
Yep. That's the one, right?
This one I like. a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah, that's the one. We're basically compromised.
You think it was just the paper? You think it was just teal paper?
Well, obviously having color paper would be good too, but I actually like how it's grayed out. I think it works really well.
It was just funny, like, if you didn't see this, you would just say, ah, it's 2 lights set up on a teal paper.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it'd still be 3 lights
Good.
above the gel, right? Or it'd be too dark, I think, if you just let the paper go natural. Because remember, the paper was almost black when I didn't have any light on it. I still like the warm one too. I think they both have a cool feel.
Yeah, are really cool.
Yeah. So that's nice, right? So that's like another, if you know you're coming into a shot where you want something a little more dramatic, this could work. Let's do one more thing. I'm going to have her do exactly what she's doing, and I'm going to break the cardinal rule of photography. I know, I'm wild.
Ooh, child. Child.
It's only a cardinal rule for me because I'm shooting on the tripod.
Like the Dan show?
But no, you're going to sit down.
Oh, you're
And
right.
then I'm going to move the camera. I know.
Oh, that's wild.
It's crazy.
Oh, God. I don't know why I have a British accent today.
I don't know why either. So try what you were doing, and I will move the camera slightly. So, I mean, granted the light's gonna be in the shot when I do this, but I just want to show you guys. You can also come around, come into where you're gonna be. No, you stay where you are. I'm moving. I guess they can't see what I'm doing. Yeah, there we go. I'm not gonna move the whole set, so I just want to quickly show. You can also, if you want to show like less of a profile, you can work this way as well. You just need to obviously set the light up and everything differently, but you can get more of the front of her face that way too. Well, I said the light was going to be in the shot. Yeah, I was just showing that if you want to get more of the face, but keep this same style of light, you can still do it. You just need to adjust your lights. Like I'd move the light this way and move the camera that, Don't be a wise ass. Nobody likes a wise ass, Seth. Nobody likes a wise ass.
Yeah, don't forget we're 10,000 away.
Oh, right. Guys, we are 10,000 views. No, that sounds too many. We're only 10,000 subscribers. Subscribers away from 1 million on Adorama TV. So if you guys are not actually subscribers and you're just watching, please subscribe and ring the bell. The bell, because then you get all the notifications, so you'll know when we go live on Adorama TV. Yeah, so that's pretty awesome. And I think there's going to be a parade. Am I wrong in saying there's a parade? There might be a parade when we reach 1 million subscribers.
I will be the godmother of that.
Am I?
They're working on something special.
They're definitely working on something special.
I will wear a cape with the Puerto Rican flag on it.
Yes. I will go for that parade. There'll be a float. It'll just go all around Adorama. This parade is going to cover the entire store. Although we'll have to be still 6 feet apart probably because it's going to happen soon, hopefully. So that means there's only going to be like a dozen people in there. But still, it's still a parade. All right, any questions? I think we're doing pretty good. I think we can probably say we got 3 looks. Do you feel like that was 3 looks?
That was 4. You said it was 4.
It was 4 because we changed the color. Let's do one last one so we end on a good shot. Well, like you got to look that way. Actually, no, you know what?
Stay here?
No, it's fine. Spin that way. I'll change the light. Watch this,
Spin the
guys.
other way?
Yeah, come this way.
I don't like this profile.
No, I mean, do like what you're normally doing.
Oh.
Yeah, you can do what you were doing. You do you. Yeah. Yeah. You're there. This light's here. This should be good. Let's just see what that looks like. Yeah, more even. Oh, that's so fresh and bright. That light's way too bright though. Holy cow. I guess that's what happens when you leave it in.
That's why I have a startup. And
Right.
My CEO profile.
Exactly. What light's in the B? Which light is B? Oh, B is the octagon. I'm like, why is B not going? All right, here we go. Let's just see. All right. Gavin Hoey in the house.
Gavin
Woo-hoo.
Hoey.
Uh-oh, we've reached the point where it's getting worse. We can't leave, we can't.
To the teal.
Yeah, the teal went away. Oh, it's a mess. All right, let's go back to where we were.
They're asking what the function of the red bandana on your tripod is.
It's emergency.
Yeah, it's emergency,
mask in case they get too close.
Exactly, emergency COVID protection. Actually, yeah, let's end with the. That should bring back. Yeah, well, now you're really stretched. All of a sudden, we've gone down a terrible hole.
regressed.
We have no idea what happened.
It started so low.
We were like killing it, and all of a sudden, we got this one.
It's just.
We got time for another quick one, right? We got time. It's not terrible, but it's just not. The hair is fantastic. We're just, it's.
Actually, can we try one like that, but put your hair across your shoulder so we see more of it?
Yeah, I agree. Let's do a hair shot, and then I'm going to fix this light because this is too bright now. Oh, we're running out of battery on this one, so that's probably a sign that.
We're running out of string.
Yeah. I'm going to turn this down. I'm going to turn this one up. And I'm going to keep it in manual. Let's throw all the hair forward.
All of it.
Let's do it. Well, not all of it. I don't know. Is that what we want? I don't
Doing it.
know. We're going to try it. Because I'm not there's like a break in your hair though.
Is there?
Yeah.
What if it was like that?
Yeah, try that. Yeah, that's better. We'll fix it in Photoshop. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry. All right, let's just try that.
I had to laugh.
Sorry.
That was cool though.
All right. Wow, that is a lot of hair. Yeah, and now we got the green back. You look good. I look good. We all look good. Oh, I know what happened. Because I moved this light because we're talking.
You're talking.
I was talking.
Mark Wall says if they subscribe, they might win a one-on-one session with Mark.
I'm subscribing right now. If you want to. Yes, if you could win a one-on-one session with Mark, that would be amazing.
In Argentina.
In Argentina. Oh.
All expenses paid. What?
Whoa, don't start saying stuff like that, Shary.
No.
Now hold on,
Yeah, Sharena's just totally committed to it.
I'm just the model. Don't listen to me.
And by expenses paid, we mean if you're in Argentina and right next door to Mark,
We'll take you to.
he'll buy you a coffee. There we go. All right, so we got it back to where we were. The hair looks beautiful. Shary looks beautiful. Seth looks beautiful. I look beautiful.
The bandana looks
The
beautiful.
bandana. This is my Steven Tyler from Aerosmith. Go outside. Yeah, I think we're wrapping. We're wrapping? We're wrapping. It's getting dark out, guys. It is Thursday in the summer, so we're about to go. It's Thirsty Thursday. Oh, no. I guess none of that exists anymore.
So wrong. So wrong.
Well, isn't that when you go drinking?
No, that's whether you drink water because it's 100 degrees.
So, I gotta show my. I gotta show my. Yes, Seth doesn't know what I'm doing. So if you.
No ego.
You make sure that your kids. I can't even put it on now.
Why don't you show them the magnets on the fridge?
Make sure your kids wear your mask when you go out, and be safe. We will be back hopefully in a couple of weeks if I can convince Seth to come back again. Thank you, Sharina. I will. Can we put her information in the description? We can probably do that, right? Shary Allan, check her out. And of course, me. And if you're not subscribing already, guys, please do subscribe because when we reach 1 million, there will be some fun stuff. They're talking about doing all kinds of cool stuff, and we'll see what that is soon. And I'm doing a terrible dismount as usual, and I think we're good.
I went too much of a delay. Sorry, buddy.
I know. I'm like waiting for the.